Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on the recent announcement from Fox. They will be moving ahead with the proposed Gotham City television series centered around Lieutenant James Gordon. Or maybe I should say Detective James Gordon, because it seems like this is going to be like a year one type situation, or the origin or beginning of James Gordon in Gotham as part of Gotham PD and how he becomes commissioner. At the start of the series, he's supposed to just be a detective, so we'll see him probably move up the ranks as the series goes on if it works. We'll see him, face off against some of Gotham's most dangerous villains. The thing about this one for me is, so first of all, I should say, do I think it's going to work or not? Well, with TV shows, I think when you have Batman, you have Batman characters backing it. After the success of the Dark Knight trilogy, with the new Batman Superman film going to be starting in, or going to be showing in 2015, with all of the recent movies and concentration on superheroes, I think it's pretty much guaranteed that it will work, pretty much, as long as it's not totally garbage. Even if it's halfway good, it will probably work as a TV show and pull in tons of ratings because people love Batman, people will want to see it. But for me personally, I think it's going to run the... it sort of runs the same risk that the Avengers or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has with the Avengers, where instead of them doing like a big budget television series where we actually get to see the Avengers in live action, they're opting for choosing some of the lesser known characters. Like with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have Coulson and his team that he puts together, which just started, which was it was okay. It was pretty good. Most people agree it wasn't totally fail, at least not so far after the premiere. And it's not the greatest thing ever. It's just okay. With this series right here, you have pretty much the biggest comic book character, I'd say at this point, the single biggest comic book character with the most amount of villains and the most history. Well, him and Superman, you can go back and forth between them. Whether or not they're your favorite, you kind of have to agree Batman and Superman are the biggest comic book characters. They have the most history, they have the most issues published of comic books, and they're widely known as the two biggest. These days, I feel like Batman has kind of stolen that title from Superman and put him in the first place, at least at this moment, with all the Dark Knight trilogy, how good it was, all the cartoons, because he's constantly got cartoons, the success of the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins video game series, and just everything. If you look at the last 10 or 20 years, Batman has become the biggest, my opinion, and I think most people would see, yeah, that makes sense. What I'm trying to say right now is that he is the most widely recognized superhero. His rogues gallery is the most widely recognized of any single comic book character by themselves. Even Superman, a lot of his villains, people don't know who Bizarro is. They don't know who, they know Lex, they may know General Zod, they may know some of these types of characters, but with Batman, most everyday people know his rogues gallery. They know Scarecrow, the Joker, even Bane nowadays is like, people know, Catwoman, they know all these characters, these villains and different characters in Gotham. So just from the start of it, it's like, yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed that it will work as long as it's not total garbage. But the thing about it is, like, we're going to be watching it, and we're all just going to want to see Batman. Don't you think? Like, that's my opinion anyway, is that I'll be watching it and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is really cool, this is good. I love to see these villains in a TV series, week to week, and have Gordon try to chase him down, because he's a great character by himself. But he is just like, your regular cop. He might be the most widely known cop in all comic books, I'd have to say. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? But, it's like we're just going to want to see Batman. And it seems like so far, Batman's not going to be in it at all. Like, he won't be in it whatsoever. I don't even know if as a character he will exist, whether or not we'll see him. I don't think he will at this point. It's supposed to be, I guess, before that. Whatever, you know. So he's not going to be in it at all. So it's going to be kind of similar to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where we'll be watching it, and it might be really good, but then we're like, man, I really want to go watch Batman. I really want to go watch the Avengers. You know, it's like putting out, you know, a series out there that if they would just go the full mile and make it a Batman series, it would be like, you know, I don't know how it couldn't be a success. And if they put a decent budget into it, because there's lots of shows on TV right now that have huge budgets where they can do some really great stuff. I mean, even some of the effects on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were pretty damn good. For Batman, you know, I mean, yeah, you probably have to put a lot of money into the set and into the design of things like that. There would be some effects and there would be some difficult stuff to do. But I think Arrow's a pretty good example of how they can make things like that happen. And he's not like Superman, you know. Batman by himself, he uses a lot of, you know, regular things. It wouldn't cost that much to put into a show. You know, you could have his gadgets and stuff like that. You know, and this is inexpensive stuff for a TV series. You could use mostly practical effects, and you could make it work centered around Batman. Instead, they chicken out, just like, you know, a lot of the others have in the past before, and they instead go for a James Gordon television series instead of a Batman television series. So I think I speak for pretty much everyone when I say, ideally, we would just want to see a Batman live-action television series. They were able to do it in the 60s. Yes, the Bam Pow Wham was kind of cheesy with Adam West, but, you know, I mean, they did it. Nowadays, you know, I think they could find a way to get it done. They could find a way to make it and have the budget not be blown, you know, sky high, and it could still be done really well with Batman, just using all practical effects. They may have to put a larger budget than a regular television series out there, but imagine the ratings, imagine the views, the commercial dollar, the advertisements. It would be huge, and I think they would make a lot of money because it would get so many views. It'd probably do, like, if they did a Batman series, I would think it'd get somewhere around probably 15 million, you know, views, unique viewers every episode. And I think, you know, even if the budget is really high, that would work no matter what, because he's got such a great following. This whole, we're going to go halfway, we're going to try it by doing Gordon instead, to me it doesn't make sense. You're going to do the Flash, you're going to do Green Arrow, but when it comes to Batman, you're going to chicken out and you're going to give us Gordon instead of actually giving us Batman. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than them not making any kind of Gotham series at all. But I think when people are watching it, they're gonna want to go watch Batman. They're gonna watch it and they'll be like, yeah, this is okay, but I want to see Batman kick ass, you know. So, so those are kind of my thoughts on it. I don't think it's going to be a fail, and I am kind of excited to see how it all turns out because I'm a huge Batman fan. But having a Batman TV series without Batman and centering it around Gordon instead, wasted potential. I mean, that's the definition of, like, you know, wasted potential there. There is so much potential there to do a really awesome Batman television series with practical effects, put some money into the scenery and the set designs, and aside from that, you know, the rest of it you can keep it fairly low budget. I'm just saying, my opinion. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about this one, guys. I am excited to see it, but at the same time, same thing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really would just like to see these, you know, Marvel and DC grow some balls and just make the series. Don't chicken out. Go for it. Make a Batman television series. Make an Avengers television series. You know, you can do Green Arrow, you can do the Flash, you can do Batman. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.